Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Big Mike back here with you once again. And today I'm giving the results and recap of AEW's Fyter Fest night numero uno, night one. It was a pretty fantastic night of wrestling. Not all matches were great, but I had my fun with it. So first match on the card, I kind of got wrong. I thought it was going to be Private Party versus Inner Circle. Turns out it was Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus taking on MJF and Wardlow. Sadly, that is a match I got wrong, as Jurassic Express beat MJF and Wardlow, although not without a little controversy. Honestly, this was one of the best night matches on the card. Best match is coming next, actually. And everyone seems to have real chemistry. Obviously, I knew Jungle Boy and MJF had chemistry. Luchasaurus and Wardlow kind of didn't really in their lumberjack match the week prior. But they did seem to get it together this week, and it was a lot of fun. It was a great match. All the guys showed their strengths. Match end came when MJF took his AEW diamond ring, which, I like the idea of this thing, but its only purpose is so MJF can hit people with it. He went to hit Luchasaurus, almost came close to hitting Wardlow, and then Luchasaurus kicked his arm right into Wardlow's head. Jurassic Express hit their finish. 1, 2, 3. Jurassic Express win, in which what I thought was a surprising win for them. MJF is still technically undefeated, and I still think he's going to get a push once this whole thing is over. Like I said, hell of a match. Gets a big old thumbs up from me. Next up, for the women's title match. Oh, and because of that loss, I am now 0-1 in my predictions, which kind of sad, but understandable. Next match, we have Hikaru Shida defending her women's championship against Penelope Ford. Right off the bat, Kip Sabian, Ford's significant other, I guess, even though she's really with Janela, got kicked out right off the bat, and Ishida and Ford tore the house down. They really proved that even though they don't have really have a big women's division in AEW, they can still put on some damn good matches. And I am proud that Shida got the win here, even though Ford actually kicked out of Shida's finisher at one point. And a great match, 10 out of 10, 2 thumbs up. Now comes a kind of lull in the action. No offense to the guys, they put on a great match. Oh, and I'm also now 1-1 in my predictions. Next up, we got Cody being led out by his associate Arn Anderson, the Enforcer. Maybe that'll come in soon. Defending his title against Jake Hager, in which Hager's wife was actually out there, which was a little weird, but, whatever. This definitely felt like a usual Cody match. There was definitely some intrigue, but this ended a little screwy with Dustin Rhodes, Cody's older brother. You may know him better as Goldust. When he hit Hager in the head while the ref had her back turned. Yes, it is a her. And Cody has tried to hit his finisher. Hager had him in a chokehold kind of. Cody did tap, but at the same time, the pinfall was counted. So technically, Cody did win, but it was definitely a bit of a mess. I still give it a thumbs up for these guys for putting on a decent show, but, sadly, this feud doesn't look like it's done. I was kind of hoping Cody would move on to someone else, but, we'll see. And that is a 2-1 to me. Now, this next match, which I thought would have kicked off the show, but the current kickoff actually did a lot better. You have a Private Party being managed by Matt Hardy, in which he was kind of version 1-ish Matt Hardy. Taking on Santana and Ortiz of the Inner Circle. Like I said in my predictions, I wish both of these teams could have gotten a win, but sadly only one of them did, and that was Private Party. In what felt like a big spot moves match, if that makes any sense. Like, there was a story to be told, but it didn't feel like it connected for me, at least. I still liked the match a whole lot. I give it a thumbs up. And with that win, I am 30-1. So I'm doing pretty good in my predictions right now. Now, they did take a pause in the action to let us know that Jon Moxley will not be attending Fyter Fest Week 2 due to his wife, Renee Young, dealing with the coronavirus. And he is taking the steps to not have it spread, which, much respect to you, Mr. Moxley, but we will see that Brian Cage, Jon Moxley match in about 2 weeks at Fyter Fest. Fight for the Fallen, which is a charity show that AEW did before Double or Nothing last year, I believe. Yeah, I remember that. That was a fun evening. As much as I am enjoying this show, like I said, that one was just, moves for the sake of moves. I still enjoyed it, though. And our final match on the card, you have Kenny Omega and the Hangman Adam Page defending their AEW World Tag Team titles against the Best Friends, Chuck Taylor and Trent. Now, Chuck Taylor and Trent took out of the entrance page of both FTR and Cody by driving up a vehicle to a certain spot, but they weren't driving. Apparently, Trent's mother drove them in her minivan, which, how can you not love these guys for that? That's just so creative and kind of a shot at the other two. Like, that's hilarious. That's great. And then Kenny and Hangman came out separately. It was also announced that due to Private Party's win in the previous match, they will be taking on the winner of this match next week in the main event to replace the Jon Moxley match. So, big things coming. A lot of focus on good tag team wrestling. And again, another good tag team match. I love the heart they're putting into the tag division. Both teams did fairly well. Was it the perfect tag title match? No, but it was very good. Still give it a thumbs up. And just like I said, Kenny Omega and Adam Page are getting the win here. But some more seeds are being sown for the breakup eventually. And that came in the guise of FTR, who, before this match got started, took their seats at, not technically ringside, but kind of on the rampish near the commentators. They watched the match. Once it was over, they brought down beers to do a big old cheers between the four of them. And Kenny pretended to take a drink and then dumped the rest, which of course got onto the bad side of not only FTR but the Hangman. And then that brought out Kenny's kind of usual tag team partners in the Young Bucks. So you had to stare down between those three. Will something be coming of that? I think so. I think eventually they're going to do what I think they're potentially going to do. We're going to have the Elite, which is going to be Kenny and the Bucks, and then maybe I could see maybe Cody fitting in there, although he's been teasing some stuff against either Spears or MJF, Hangman, and FTR. So, yeah, I think that could be really fun to see, especially with the inner circle kind of winding down. Oh, and for my predictions, I am now 4-1 on week 1 of Fyter Fest. It was a really good night 1. I give it a big old thumbs up, maybe 1.5 thumbs up. Orange Cassidy thumbs. It was a good fun night of wrestling that I really feel like I needed. Next week, July 8th, is the continuation of this show. Sadly, no world title match, but we do have another tag title match. Now, I did do my predictions on these previous matches, but I'm going to give them a little rundown. You got Jericho versus Cassidy. I do believe I picked Cassidy on that one. Archer versus Janela. Archer's going to get the win there. Nyla Rose, I assume either in a squash match or someone's going to debut here. I think Nyla's going to get a big old win. Cabana and the Dark Order versus SCU. I believe I picked the Dark Order. FTR versus the Young Bucks, and the Young Bucks versus Butcher and the Blade and the Lucha Brothers, in which I believe I picked the Lucha Brothers and Butcher and the Blade just because FTR is probably going to walk out on them, especially now with the Hangman Page story. And then finally, our main event. The tag team titles are once again on the line as Kenny Omega and Hangman Page take on Private Party, Isaiah Cassidy, and Mark Quinn. Still a little too soon for the breakup. I do think it is on the precipice. I think we are one more step to it, but I don't think it's going to happen here. I do believe we're going to see Kenny and Adam retain. So that is my results/review of Fyter Fest Week 1. Week 2 should be another good show. Thank you all for watching. Hope you'll like, share, and subscribe. And keep your eye on my channel for the next one. See you later, everybody. Peace.